Miss Pringles was always a lot of fun, and she made class, she made learning fun, and she was never hard on anybody. She was always uplifting people, and she was always in a good mood.
She was so good at teaching though. She'd always explain everything. If you had a question, she'd go over, she wasn't figure it out, Matt, do it yourself. She was oh, I'll help you out. She was so helpful, especially I was just so bad at Spanish, and so that was really nice to have someone who actually cared about me learning and doing better. So any freshman or any year would be lucky to have her. I was sad that she left because she was just so amazing.
I would describe Mr. Hamill is the one teacher that is completely real. I mean, there's teachers that they'll get through the lesson plan, they'll do something, some activity, kind of try to get you interested. With Hamill, he didn't really have to try to get me interested. Anything he said just made so much sense, and it was really inspiring.
My best memory of Mr. Hamill is when I walked into class in the morning and he had music blasting, and he just made the classroom fun, and he told us stories about when he was a Marine. He was a great teacher.
Well, he said one thing that really stuck onto me. He said, "Are we inside this room right now?" And then he paused, looked at all of us, and then he said, "Or is the room inside of us?" And then he just stayed dead quiet for the next about minute, and then the bell rang, and then we just all left class and just talked about it for the next 2 weeks. And
Ms. Christensen was vivacious. She was full of life. She had a ton of personality, a ton of passion for what she did. She was just a lot of fun. She was really free caring, and she took her own path in life. And
I was working on a paper for Mrs. Christensen's class, and I brought it for her to check, and this was my final copy I felt. I had done a really good job on it, and I was really proud of it. And I brought it to her, and she checked it over, and she said, this is a good paper. It's probably a B paper, A- paper. And I'm really happy because I'm not the best writer. And but she looked at me and she's like, no, you can do better. She's like, you have more. I know you have more potential in you to push yourself a little bit. If you push yourself a little bit further, you can do better, and you can get a better grade.
I remember her telling us a story in college. She dropped out for a year and went to go live in the mountains. So, it's pretty risky, but she went and she lived by herself for 6 months in a mountain cabin, and I think it was Colorado, and went back to school after that. So, she did her own thing. She didn't take the well-traveled path, and she made her own pathway through life. So.